Thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm sorry about the angle and everything, but I don't have a tripod yet, and just now trying to get set up with my new YouTube channel. But today I have a couple of little stories to tell you, and they have to do with Daddy. Daddy was, he was born in South Mississippi, and it was a town called Greenville. And it was him and his sister, and his mother, her name was Hetty, and his daddy's name was Romy. And, you know, they had a hard scrapple life. I know he didn't have much growing up. And then when he was about 18 months old, he got polio. So he was crippled. His left leg was shorter than his right leg, and his right arm was totally unable to use it. So he was, but his left arm, he had always used it, and it was huge. And let me tell you, we were scared to death of him and the strength that he had with that left arm. But after he married Mother, they ended up buying 20 acres of land in South Mississippi, and that's where me and my two sisters and my brother grew up. But Daddy, he had a good job at Gulf Oil Refinery by the time I was born, and they would hire men who were handicapped to work the security. And there was a little shed where they would sit every day, and they would, you know, let the refinery trucks in and out, and just in charge of the people coming and going in and out of the refinery. But he was always looking for some other way to make extra money. So he decided to set up a hog farm. So he went down there to the barn and laid some concrete and everything, and got some mud and wet it all down and bought himself some hogs. And so that's where this story comes in. There was a little white, I guess it was a pig. It was a little white pig with a little pink in its ears and everything. And it was so cute. I don't remember what we named it, but me and my sisters and all, we would get on that pig's back and hold on around its belly, and it would just take off and just run around and round and round. And oh, we just had so much fun on that little pig, and it would just squeal and squeal. So whether or not he ever made any money off of the hogs, I don't know. But I remember having to take food down there and slop the hogs, is what he would call it. And oh, they stunk. And then one summer he planted a big cucumber patch. There was a cucumber factory in Wiggins, Mississippi. So every summer I had to go out there and pick cucumbers. I guess it was every week. I don't know. I just remember being out there in the heat, and the vines were all prickly and stung me and everything, but I would go out there and pick cucumbers, and we would fill up the back of his pickup truck and drive down to Wiggins, Mississippi. And my reward for doing that was chocolate malt, not a milkshake. I had to have the malt in it. And he would take me to the dairy. I think it was called a Dairy Curl. I don't think they had Dairy Queen back then. This was in the 50s, 1950s. But I remember picking those cucumbers, and I remember that I got fat from drinking those chocolate malts. So that's my little story about Daddy and the pig farm and the cucumber patch. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you here again another day. Thanks. Bye.